So my topic today is the quick answer to your question the best solution? Well, at least 3 times a day, I get asked guideline or loan program questions, and it made me think about what is the best for a newer loan originator or even a seasoned loan originator. Is providing them with the fast answer, or is it teaching them how to problem solve the best solution? I guess the answer to this question, it's best to start in the beginning of my career. I started my career with one of the top 5 banks in the country. My thought process was work there for 4 years, treat it like college, and then this way I could have a strong foundation of mortgage knowledge and then move to the broker side where all the money was being made. Well, the branch that I was assigned was 125 miles away from my manager, and my manager would never call me back, nor return my emails when I had a question. Of course, this was frustrating to say the least. But back then, I mean, it kind of is what it was. Google had just started, and so it wasn't the information hub that it is now. Since I had no way of getting a hold of my manager, and this bank didn't have a help desk or anyone that I could lean on, I had to find a way to be resourceful. There was only one way that I knew at that time that I could be resourceful, but I knew it also wasn't going to be quick and easy. It was a system called AllRegs. Oh, AllRegs. AllRegs is a system where all guidelines and updates on mortgages are kept. Now, this would have been a cool tool, right? Had it been alphabetized or at least even dated most recent to oldest based on guideline updates when you look something up. But apparently, nobody had the bright idea to make this information platform user friendly. When the loan scenarios came my way, I didn't have the answer. I had to take a couple of days to track down the information. As I'd be on page 435 from a title search labeled self employed income, I would find what I thought was the answer. I then would check the date on the guideline only to see that it was dated 5 years prior to my search. So back to the well I went. I ended up having to make a rule. I said, listen, if I find something that's dated within a year or a year prior or that given year, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. Now, back then, what I would do is hit print and not print PDF, but print an actual copy on a piece of paper. This way, if I had to get into a fight with an underwriter, I would have proof and I would have to fax them the guideline and then have the discussion with them over the phone. Well, this approach failed more than it worked, but I was still willing to do whatever it took to fund loans. So for me, yes, it was a painless process. Even talking about it now, it brings back a little bit of frustration, a little bit of feelings. Um, but honestly, at the end of the day, it gave me a tool that I'll never lose. That tool is how to find the answers myself. Now, I know in our world, it's changed quite a bit since those days, right? We're now in the information age where information is thrown at you and it's thrown at you at a very high rate of speed. We want it and we want it now. We are in the age of instant gratification. Seasoned or not, we're always relying on the next person to give us the fast information. But here's my question. How will you find the answer when no one is around? Are you going to wait till the next day? What if it's Saturday and a realtor needs you to qualify someone right on the spot? Do you call everyone you know and ask for help? Do you go to social media platforms and ask all the groups that you're in for help? When you're getting conflicting information, how do you know what's true or false? How do you even know? Are you doing a tally? Is it 3 people said this, 2 people said that? I'm going to go with what the 3 people said. Well, as I tell this story, it actually reminds me of the story, and I want to share it with you. There once was a man that was born into poverty. One day he stumbled across a man with great wealth. Now, the poor man asked him, he said, man, how do you do it? Like, how do I become rich? The man simply told him, all you have to do is every time you get paid for the next year, I want you to put away 10% of your earnings. Don't buy new sandals or garments of the times. Just save your money. You need to go to the marketplace and find a need. Find something that is selling and that is hot. Once you find it, take all of your earnings, go buy that item from the source, wherever it comes from, and then bring it back and sell it for double the cost in the marketplace. The poor man decided, what a great idea. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to get my buddy involved who's a stone cutter. So he told his friend, listen, we're both going to save 10% of our earnings every time we get paid for the next year. The plan is we're going to go buy this jewel that I found, and it's in a town that's far away from where we live. We knew we can buy this jewels, we can buy them very, very cheap. And then when we bring them back here, we can sell them for double, maybe even triple what they're worth. So a year came, and he sent his friend with both their savings to go buy the jewels. When the poor man's friend came back with the jewels, they took him to a jeweler for an appraisal. Well, the jeweler found that the jewels were fake, and whoever sold them these knockoffs robbed them for their savings. Man, so many lessons in this one story, but it reminds me of this situation. All of the time, I see newer people in the industry providing information to newer people in the industry. Why would you ask someone new to an industry for advice when you are just as new as they are? And then why would you listen? If you want to make sure you are getting the most recent information, you should go to the source, not to an interpreter, especially not a new interpreter. So my answer to this question is the fast answer is always going to be the worst way to go. It's always best to learn how to be resourceful. This way, you aren't counting on anyone's opinion or interpretation of a guideline. You are going right to the source. If I have a Fannie Mae question, I go to Fannie Mae seller guidelines. I don't go to a blog, or I don't read an advertisement, or I don't even go to Freddie Mac guidelines. Just like in the story, why he sent his friend a stone cutter to buy jewels was the worst mistake they could have made. They should have sent a jeweler to go buy jewels. They needed a trusted professional to make sure their investment was sound. When you are dealing with the ability to make thousands on commission, make or break a realtor relationship, have a client lose on their earnest money deposit and appraisal costs, why would you lean on someone that could mislead you with wrong information? You need to give yourself the powerful gift of resourcefulness. This way, you will never be in need of anyone's help when you're trying to help your clients reach their financial goals. For more videos and content, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And of course, we have all the social media platforms. The links are below. And my friends, like always, have an amazing day and stay hungry.